Hello, YouTube. What we've got here is episode 11B. What we're doing is finishing up the transom on the Grady White. The inside is nearly covered. We've got it's already been we've tabbed it in. I put one layer on. I'm putting on the second layer of fiberglass. So we're covering the inside of the transom. After this, go back and do a little work on the outside to fair the transom. I hope you enjoy the episode, and thanks for watching. Got the second piece of fiberglass on the transom. It's all been cut out. As you can see, I've placed it against the transom. One of the things you need for cutting this is a good pair of scissors. These are a WIS, WISS, and the model number W10T. Now, these are basically a pair of titanium scissors, and they nicely cut through this fiberglass cloth. Regular scissors don't really work so well. So one thing you'll need is these kinds of scissors. Next step, I'm going to probably take this off, and now that I've got it all cut the size, and then start laying. Usually what I like to do is take and pre-wet this on the bench, but these are too big. So what I'm going to do is lift them up, leave the clamps, and then pre-wet the transom with resin. And then put these down and continue wetting them out from the top. Okay, I've got a layer of fiberglass on the Grady White on the transom. It's a little windy here today. Basically what I did, I ground off, if you recall, I ground off all of the fiberglass here. And I've put new fiberglass on the transom, and what really worked was I took sections of fiberglass and I laid them on a piece of this plastic sheeting here in the boat. I basically did it right here on the deck, and I wet out basically each sheet of 1708. I put it on one side, flip it over, put it on the other side, and then I put it on the transom here and roll it right out. And it went perfectly. It just seems, I don't know. All I can say is it seems to work. So that's my approach. Next steps here is I'm going to put tabbing between this layer of fiberglass. I'm going to put one more layer of fiberglass here, but I'm going to put tabbing right where the transom meets the hull. I've got 12-inch tabbing, and I'm going to cut that to size and put that in. That's what I'm going to do next. I hope this is helpful to you. Now what I'm doing is a hand layup. I'm using laminating resin, polyester, the catalyst, MEKP, and a foam roller. And what I do is basically I cut the size that I need, and I'm using smaller pieces of fabric. Reason being is the temperature where I'm doing the layup is about 85 degrees, and I only have about 15 minutes or maybe 20 minutes of working time. The other thing is the space I have available to sit there and wet out the glass. If you notice, I sit there and I start, the cloth I'm using is 1708, and so it's woven roving on one side, sewn to chop strand mat. So I start on the chop strand mat side, wetting it out, then I turn it over on the woven roving side, finish the layout, then I put some resin on the transom, and then take the drippy sheet of fiberglass and stick it to the transom. And I use the foam roller. I use a real stiff foam roller. Buy these from the local boat store, Home Depot, and roll out the air bubbles. Basically what I do is push it into the resin, and the cloth should appear moderately clear, and roll it out, and you'll see where there are little air bubbles, and as you sit there and roll them towards the edge, the air bubbles will walk in front of the roller until it reaches the edge of the cloth, and out they go. So you sit there and you work over a period of time to work all the air bubbles out of the cloth. So that's the approach. You'll notice right at the top edge of the cloth, there's some extra cloth above it that's coated with resin. This will harden up. What I do is I come back with the grinder, and of course grinding is just my favorite thing. You get all covered with this dust and everything. Actually, one of the things I do, I don't wear long sleeves, but I do take and put a barrier coat. I coat my arms with it's a lotion. I don't think, something cheap. It's like a hand lotion, and I coat my arms, and it keeps the fiberglass from sticking or going into my skin and making it all itchy. But I'll sit there and grind it down, and then of course there are some little goobers, things like this, and I'll come back and just do a touch-up with the grinder when I'm through. I'm putting on the first layer of gel coat on the inside of the transom. This time I'm using a sponge roller to roll the gel coat on. Just putting a thin layer. What it does, it shows up all my little imperfections places, little divots, little mountains, all these types of things. And it's going to show me where I need to sand, basically sand and fill on the transom. So this is the first coat. This is the final gel coat. Shows I've got to do some sanding, and that's something for tomorrow. Well, part 2 is getting a little long, so I'm going to cut it off here. Hope you enjoyed the episode. If you did, please like and subscribe, and thanks for watching.